Welcome back. Thanks for staying with me. We are on the second half of today's stories on the world news. I'm Randolf Jamias. Leading our stories now, Japan's Kyodo News Agency said Japan and the U.S. plan to set up an advisory body to promote space cooperation, and that includes in Global Positioning System, the GPS. Let's have the full report.
The report says the two countries will combine the GPS developed by the U.S. and the satellite system exploited by Japan to further prevent disasters as well as improve GPS systems for automobiles. It will also apply this to its security fields. The satellite positioning technology of the United States has great military potential, and Japan has also planned to set up its quasi-zenith satellite system that's comprised of 4 satellites. Meanwhile, Japan has also revised its law and deleted some provisions that limit its space and aerial research to peaceful purposes, extending the exploitation to the defense field. Now, in addition to all of this, the two countries have also reached an agreement on deploying the second X-band early warning radar in Japan.
In other stories, a tanker carrying liquefied natural gas overturned and exploded on a major highway in central China's Hunan province on Saturday, killing 5 people, including 3 firefighters, state media reported. The explosion killed 2 men on the spot. The tanker was still burning in the afternoon of the following day. State broadcaster CCTV reported the tanker leaked around 20 tons of liquefied natural gas. 7 vehicles, including 2 fire trucks, were destroyed in the blast. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. In another incident, hundreds of Dhaka residents were left homeless after a fire broke out at a slum on Sunday night. There were no casualties, but around 450 shelters were destroyed in the blaze at the Satala slum in the Bangladeshi capital. Authorities said the fire originated from a gas stove in a shanty on Sunday evening that spread to other homes. An unmanned, privately owned Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon cargo capsule blasted off from Cape Canaveral on Sunday on a mission to restore a U.S. supply line to the International Space Station after the retirement of the space shuttle. Powered by 9 oxygen and kerosene-burning engines, the 157-foot-tall rocket lifted off from its seaside launch pad at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station at 8:35 p.m. on Monday. The Falcon booster streaked through balmy, partly cloudy skies as it headed east over the Atlantic Ocean towards the station's orbit, some 250 miles above the Earth. The capsule is scheduled to reach the space station on Wednesday. The Dragon cargo capsule carries about 882 pounds of food, clothing, science experiments, and supplies for the station. Dragon is scheduled to depart the station on October 28 and to splash down into the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California.
You know, actually, I was quite calm tonight, a little bit surprised, but everything was going so well with the operations leading up to the final countdown. Definitely got the heart moving a bit at T-minus 10 seconds, but overall, this one was a little bit easier. Launch is always a worry moment, so there's no question that launch is tough. And then I think as far as the level of difficulty, it would be when you're approaching space station on the R-bar, and because you're basically in close proximity to the International Space Station. It's a crude $100 billion orbiting body, so you want to be really careful as you do that. So it takes it's tough on the operators.
It has crew on it too.
Turning now to sports news, the route of the torch relay for the 2014 Winter Games in Sochi was revealed on Sunday. The Sochi organizer said it would be the longest torch relay in Winter Olympic history, measuring 65,000 kilometers, more than 1.5 times the circumference of the Earth. The torch will travel from western exclave of Kaliningrad to the frozen wastes of Chukotka in Russia's far east, visiting more than 2,900 towns and settlements along the way across all 83 regions of the world's largest country. The organizer said the flame would travel by airplane, train, and car, on foot, and even on a troika, a traditional Russian sleigh pulled by horses or reindeer. The Flames should arrive in the Black Sea Resort in time for the Olympic opening ceremony on February 7, 2014. More than 14,000 torchbearers and 30,000 volunteers will take part in the relay. Now at the China Open, world number 1 Victoria Azarenka won her first title in more than 6 months when she beat Russian Maria Sharapova 6-3, 6-1 in the final of the China Open on Sunday. Azarenka completely outclassed the Russian in Beijing's National Tennis Stadium. It was the third time this year Azarenka beat Sharapova in a final after also winning the Australian Open and Indian Wells. Sharapova struggles with Azarenka's power, and the Belarusian won in 88 minutes. And finally, in golf, South African Branden Grace completed a 2-shot victory in the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship on Sunday and immediately set his sights on topping the European money list. It was the 4th win of the season for the 24-year-old European Tour rookie and lifted him into 3rd place in this year's Race to Dubai. The young South African will be playing more events through the rest of the season than the young Ulster man. Olsen shot 68 to finish 2nd, with the Swedish pair of Alexander Noren and Joel Sjöholm in 3rd and 4th places. Scot Stephen Gallagher was at one stage poised to challenge for a podium finish. At the 16th hole, he was lying 4th on the leaderboard, but incurred a 2-shot penalty for playing the wrong ball. Gallagher eventually had quadruple 8 at the hole and had to settle for being part of 7-way ties for the 5th place. That's all we have for today. Stay tuned for the local news. I'll see you again next time.
Myanmar.